What is great service, and how do you create customer loyalty? Hey, this is John Suttle of Successful Farrier, and how you answer those questions has a huge impact on your hoof care business. It affects the kind of clientele you attract and your bottom line. When I first started out, I wanted to offer the best hoof care I possibly could, and I thought that success meant how well I evaluated the horse's needs and met them. And it frustrated me no end when some of my customers would leave and they'd go to this guy that did a crappy job. And so I started looking at his business, and I noticed that a lot of the horses were lame, and it didn't seem to matter. His clients stayed with him no matter what. They were very loyal. Well, I wanted that, because if I could get a clientele that was loyal and I offered this great service, wow, I'd have a business that was hard to beat. So it started a quest. And I think the best answers that I came up with were a couple of years ago, and I ran across a survey done by the Word Doctors in January 2010. Now, this is a national research firm, and they asked the question, how do you want the companies you do business with to make you feel? Well, 40% of the clients wanted to feel respected, 29% wanted to feel valued, and 27% wanted great service. Well, there was the answer. I was focusing on service. My clients were focusing on being respected and feeling valued. So I knew I needed to incorporate all three of those together. And it reminds me of an experience I had in a clothing store. When I walked in, the salesman asked, "What can I do for you?" And I said, I've got this speaking engagement coming up, and I'd really like to look and feel my best when I get up on stage. And he said, "Great, come on back, let's see what we've got." And so we started looking at some suits, and he picked out some and said, "Which of these do you like?" And I picked one out, and he said, "Try it on." When I came out of the dressing room, he went, "That's not quite you. That doesn't fit that well." And so he had picked out 3 other suits and some shirts. He said, "Choose one of these and go try it on." Well, when I came out of the room this time, he said, "You look great." And you know what? I did look great, and I felt great too. So I decided to buy the suit, and as I'm checking out, he says, "Would you like the shirt?" Well, sure. No, I don't really need the shirt. I'll wait. So he says to come back in 3 days, and the suit will be ready. All the altering will be done. So 3 days later, I'm back, and I decided maybe I did want that shirt. So as he comes up, he says, "Hey, have you got like 10 minutes? I'd really like to get this pressed before I send you home with it." Well, I've just had a great experience. I felt valued, I felt respected, I got great service, and he threw in a little bit of extra. But what he did next was exemplary. About a month later, I get a phone call, and he asks, "Hey, how did that speaking engagement go?" Wow, I was impressed. He didn't ask about how I liked the suit. He asked about how my experience was that I wanted the suit for. The whole reason I'd gotten the suit, he asked about that. That was pretty cool, and I knew right then that I wanted to employ that kind of process in my business. So I examined the situation, and I broke it down into 4 pieces. And here's what he did. He established a personal connection with me by asking questions and listening to the answers. He found out what was important and what I wanted. Then he laid out the choices, gave me some guidance in making a selection, and let me choose. And after that, he provided the service. And he tossed a little bit extra in. So at that point, I felt great. It had been a great thing. And the really cool part happened when he followed up and he asked a question about my experience that I had gotten the suit for. He created a very personal connection and a loyalty to where when I need another suit, I'll go find him wherever he is. Well, I've employed that in my business, and it works great. I'm very pleased with the results. So my question to you is, how can you take this idea to your business where you provide exemplary service and create the feeling of respect and that you value your customers? And do that in such a way that the horse wins, the client wins, your business wins, and you win. I'll look forward to your comments and questions below, and I'll see you on the other side.